Welcome to Storytime with Pastor Steve. Today's story, Amrah and the Living Water. It's based on the Gospel of John, chapter 4. It's written by Ann Jennings and illustrated by John D. Firestone and Associates. The cool thing is, if you were watching yesterday, it is a different telling of the same story. Let's see if you can find the similarities and the differences. 12-year-old Amrah told her guests who listened eagerly, "I wish so much that you had been with Mother and with me. 5 years ago, here at the well, I have the strangest tale to tell. We hurried to the water's edge. The man was seated on the ledge." "What man?" asked Myra, also 12. "Oh, Jesus was his name. His face was beautiful and kind. Each eye was a gentle flame. His voice was music full and round. It had a deep and bell-like sound. His smile was like the setting sun, all glowing when the day is done." "What did he want?" asked Myra. Then, "Some water for a drink." My mother answered, "It is strange, this wish of yours, I think, for you are of Jewish clan, while I am a Samaritan. There is no love lost, it is true, between Samaritan and Jew." "What did he say?" young Myra asked. "I never shall forget the words he spoke," her friend replied. "Why, I can hear them yet. 'One drinks from this old well, and then most certainly will thirst again. Who takes the water I shall give will never thirst, but gladly live.'" "What is this water?" Myra asked. "I do not understand." "The water of lasting faith that comes at God's command." "Give me this water," cried Mother then, "that I may never thirst again." "Go fetch your husband here," he said. "I have no husband," she answered. "You have been married more than once, O woman," he declared. Quite dazed that he should know so much, my mother sat and stared. "Each day Christ's coming nearer brings," she said at last. "He knows all things. He's the Messiah, you'll agree." Then Jesus answered, "I am he." My mother gazed in wonderment and put her pitcher down, then took my hand and sped with me straight to the nearby town. She cried at Jacob's well is one who knows all that I've ever done, and doubtless some things I forgot. He's the Messiah, he is not. My mother looked so beautiful, her eyes were lamps aglow. While she was talking of the man, her voice was soft and low. He's the Messiah, and he'll brings us happiness. He knows all things. He loves God's creatures great and small, and surely he will save us all. She was so earnest, Amrah said, as she was talking there. The people listened quietly. The birds hung in the air. The little breezes scarcely stirred, as if they would not miss a word. My mother led the way back to the well that wondrous day. "What happened next?" young Myra asked. "I'm very much excited." The people sought the stranger out, and then they all invited him to remain, explain God's ways. He did just that for 2 whole days. They stayed his teachings to receive. Then said to mother, "We believe." That's what they said. "I'm glad you've told me all these things," said Myra thankfully. "Since I have been your house guest here, some things have puzzled me. The beggar boy your mother fed, the goat's milk and some barley bread, was much surprised to learn, I think, of living water for his drink." "I'll speak to her," said Myra then, "just as I talk to you. Perhaps she'll show me how to get some living water too. I hope she'll share her thoughts with me. Each one a silver thread shall be. I'll study it all shining bright, and then I'll let it be my light." "My mother," Amrah cried and smiled, "will turn no one away. Both men and women seek her out to talk with every day. She's always ready then to tell of the Messiah at the well, and of the water he will give, that each of us will gladly live." It's so cool how listening to the story you can hear it different ways. God has given each of us our own personal story and has given us times to encounter him. My prayer is that we be thankful for those people who share his love and his grace with us, and that we pray for them that they may be filled with his strength and his peace. I pray that you would be filled with strength and peace, and that you would be like Amrah and willing to share the gift of living water that Jesus gives to you and me. May he bless you today.